Breakout Racing League. We're here for tier number 1 here at the Monaco Grand Prix. And of course, there is the calendar. We're here for the 5th round of the championship. 5th round out of 24. Still a long way to go to find our champion here in tier number 1. And Monaco, who knows what that can bring. No doubt about it, Monaco can bring the absolute chaos. Absolutely. And we should see that here this evening, or this afternoon, or the morning, wherever you are around the world. And joining me, of course, is the tier 3 podium sitter, that being Katra. Welcome.
Yes, I have returned. It's been a while.
It has been a while. And let me get everything up here at the moment. And while we wait for all the drivers to come out on circuit, just 12 drivers here, because it's Monaco. But Monaco, you never know. Anything can go down in Monaco. And don't be surprised, could see maybe some chaos. You never know. Before we get things up and going here are the points so far. And Bailey, great lead in the championship. Bosscookie not here, so Bailey could get some points here tonight. And championship right now, Catcher, looking, well, unknown right now, really. It's really the scale of the unknown, especially when we're in the 5th round of the championship. And we're really not going to really know who's the championship contenders until probably until a little bit later on during the season.
Yeah, that's the big thing we've noticed is, I mean, especially tuning in, I mean, you can look at the standings yourself. You have multiple different people's up in the grid. Like Bailey's won a couple races, or I'm sorry, won like what was the last time out. We had Luis win in Bahrain, but hasn't attended since. Bosscookie's had some very big pace. I mean, Monaco and Bosscookie are both tied for second in the championship, but you see there's like a gap forming. But there's a huge battle between Luis up in 4th, all the way down that extends to actually Drunken Shamrock in 19th. All of them are within a race distance. It's incredible.
It is. It's quite incredible, and it should be very interesting to see how it play out towards the end of the season. And there is the team's points as well. Alfa Romeo on top so far, with Bailey and Supply Raptor as well. Alpine's not too far behind. And we've got Haas, Mercedes, Alpha Tauri, Ferrari, McLaren, Williams, Red Bull, and Aston Martin sitting a bit further back. Bailey on top of the moment, 110, 154. Here in Monaco, and I'm expecting, especially with a lower grid number, probably going to see a few drivers here start on the medium tyres. There's Crispy now with a 109.696. Very nice.
I'm over here sitting with my mouth wide open, jaw unhinged. With these lap times, can I just point out, both of those set by Bailey and Crispy beat Tier 2 and Tier 3 pole on a harder compounded tire.
Yes.
That is incredible, because the tire compounds we have this week is the C5, C4, C3. C5, the soft, C4, the medium, C3 is the hards. And, well, the C4 is a step harder, and it's gone faster than the upper tiers. So I'm looking for some insane lap times, especially when we go to the softs.
I'm going to say this right now. I think the mediums are just, well, no pun intended, a crispy tyre around here. Absolutely beautiful. A very beautiful tyre around here. And then the soft tyres have a good run for a little bit, and then they just do nothing, as Moomoo's about to, I think, start a lap time here at the moment. But, yeah, I'm full on expecting, especially with Crispy doing a 109.696. You may see a couple of these guys start on the medium tyres, especially with the low grid, and just see how they go on the medium tyres this one pretty much. And you could probably might see a few drivers maybe do 2 laps runs on the soft tyres as well. Monaco in position number 8, get to complete lap time, of course, and the Haas driver on the medium tyres. And as you can see once again in the championship points, there we go, sitting in 3rd place at the moment, doing a pretty good job, and also got a podium after Stuart inquiries of whatever that was in Spain at the end, getting the podium in the end. And Monaco, I'm going to say the quiet achiever so far here in tier number 1, and who knows, could maybe sneakily get some more podiums, especially podium here tonight here in Monaco.
Well, It's funny you talk about that. Well, I actually had a chance to speak up with some of these drivers all across the grid, and, well, none of them has actually been really confident. One thing I noticed is I spoke to both Bailey and to both Monaco and Bailey as well, on top of, like, Undecided Port, Mumu, Neymar. A lot of these guys, they're not confident. One thing they said is, for example, Bailey, short and sweet, not crash, with a little thumbs up. But one thing is, what Minigo said is really damage limitation. He's trying to stay off the barriers as best he can, be as consistent as he can, and grab some points. He's not expecting a podium. Well, you see guys like Mumu, like Undecided Port, like Neymar. A lot of these guys are not having high expectations from Monaco. We'll see how they fare sometime tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those places where you're not really going to have high expectations, especially if you hit the wall, let's just say, which is very possible around here at Monaco. It's the carbon copy difference on Monaco than Baku. We'll talk about that throughout the race probably if this race gets a bit quiet. You never know, Monaco. Of course, Baku next week being closely together, but then of course it's not as war happenings like Monaco can be, and I guarantee you're going to see many drivers here tonight getting a front wing change as Monaco does a 111.0703. And yes, hello to Ags and Ritzy in the chat. But Crispy on top here at the moment, and I need to change this back to tyre. There you go. Crispy out there on a set of soft tyres, and I'm actually a little surprised by that. I thought maybe it was on the memes, but especially with a 109.696, and barely just missed the wall there into turn one.
Yeah, well, fun fact about the circuit, by the way, it has been 378 days since the last Monaco Grand Prix in Tier 1. Yes, 700, wow, that's a long time. 378 days. That is over a year and a little bit of half a month. The last time we held it was October the 3rd, and, well, some of these guys, for example, Bailey and Minico, they have never raced Monaco and Breakout Racing League. That is another big thing, is like these guys, they don't really know how it works, but a lot of these guys also, because it's also a game change. Last time we raced Monaco was on 2020. 2021 is going to be a big step up. You see a lot of these guys up and down the grid right now. Ferrari Nut on those softs, the highest one up there, but Crispy's still leading the way.
Nails in the chat as Bailey goes to the top with 109.655. No, I am not American, Australian, and the country here very much American. And fun fact.
What does that mean?
I don't know. As Crispy now comes to the line, it's an off lap here for now. Ferrari Nut out on a lap time right now as well. And fun fact here, my first Breakout Racing League race was actually at Monaco. Fun fact right there in Tier 4. That was, yeah, I don't want to talk about that race. That was quite a long time ago, my very first race in Tier 4. But Mumu has a damage wing. I have a feeling Mumu has done that probably coming into turn 4, which is very possible around here at Monaco to do, I guarantee you. But and yes, Ritzy, I debuted at the worst track. Well, I don't think it's the worst track. I don't think it's the worst track. I think it's a terrible track, but I don't think it's the worst track. Okay. We'll talk about what I think's the worst track later in the season as Crispy hits the wall.
Uh-oh. That camera angle did not give him very good hopes. I almost thought it was going to be reminiscent of a couple crashes we had, not only in the stick, but in Tier 2 not too long ago, about an hour prior to this. Well, one thing I actually wanted to note, by the way.
Yes.
19 corners. There's 8 to the left, 11 to the right. So a lot of these drivers are going to have their hands full, because I mean, 39 laps around a 19-corner track where the barriers are centimeters away. And at a point like where we are right now with Ferrari Nut, right in the hairpin, look how close Portier and Massenet and Marabot, all these corners, especially through the exit of Portier right here, it could be very difficult of these guys. But right here, though, it's the corners that are unsung that could honestly kill you right there. Turn 9 at the entry, I guess the apex of the tunnel. There's a little bit of a bump there that can catch you off guard. Right here, the exit of turn 11 into the reverse chicane and the entry of Tabak in turn 12. You could have a lot of problems if you don't get the turn in or the exit, or maybe even the throttle or brake application as the Ferrari almost loses it through turn 14 and 15.
And yeah, having some moments there for Ferrari Nut, and he's going to complete this lap either way. And he's going to come to the line now, and yeah, he's not going to be on it right now. But being Monaco, probably out there doing a couple lap times here at the moment. But as we're coming up to 7 minutes to go, this is probably one of the... Who knows? This could be... It's probably out of one or two drivers here. Predictions for pole position, people in the chat and Cantra. Who do you think's going to take pole position?
Well, it's kind of hard to ignore the elephant in the room. Crispy has done a 109.6 on mediums.
Yes.
Bailey managed to do a 109.6 on softs. And the tire drop-off here is almost seconds a lap between the compounded tires. I believe it's like 9/10 between the softs and the mediums, and 1.8 to 2 seconds between the softs and the hards. By the way, the hards, I don't think anyone's going to be on the hards for the race, because, believe it or not, they can actually make it from lap 1. Yes, that lap.
Yes.
It happened an hour ago, with our race winner, Bosch Sturble, actually grabbing it. 38 laps in the mediums. It's possible. I don't think the hards, I think they're obsolete here in Monaco.
Yeah, who knows, really. It's going to be interesting to see how it all pans out here at the moment. And, yeah, it all depends on what happens on lap 1, as we've spoken about before, as now Monaco coming up to the end of his lap here. And we'll see what the Haas driver can do here at the moment. Bailey's still on top here in qualifying as Monaco crosses the line. Improves to a position number 4. Verona, by the way, improved to 3rd. Only stays in 3rd, but improves the lap time to just get ever so close to Bailey's position number 1 pole position lap. And yeah, well, there you go. So it's very close between the top 3 right now, as everybody just getting themselves ready. It's Axe now, 109.449. He takes his time to the top in the Mercedes here right now, as Neymar is starting off his lap time here as well. So some drivers about to get out there on their laps right now and trying to see where they can possibly go. Here, these latter stages here in qualifying with 5 minutes to go. And yes, this is still qualifying here for the Monaco Grand Prix, the 5th round of the championship here for Breakout Racing League. Neymar coming towards the end of his run here right now. It says purple middle sector, but I question it like I always question this game every week. And let's see, as Crispy goes to the top with a 109.394, ever so close between those two drivers. As now Neymar comes to the line, it's only going to be a 7th place for him here in this one right now.
The scary thing is, Axe, by the way, on his flying lap, he made a huge mistake on the exit of Portier, which I think cost him about a 10th or so. So I think he still has some time in the bag. But Crispy, I think, has some time in the bag as well. Same with Bailey. Ferrari, don't look on him. He won, by the way, 2 in a row. He won on Wednesday and on Thursday in F2 and Realistic. He knows his way around the streets of Monaco. Monaco. There we go. Some guys, by the way, have had a couple of little run-ins of the barrier. We saw Mumu inside of Port. I believe, actually, Ferrari hit the barrier through Tabak. Like I actually pointed out, it would be a troublesome corner for some of these drivers to get right. Mumu, once again, has yet to set a valid lap time that is competitive. He's done a 19.5 right now. He's on another flying lap at the moment, going through now into Casino Square.
Alex, so the chat, wheel glitches. Yeah, that's not that great. Yes, I've heard a lot about those in this game, and it's not fun. But and yes, Saxo in the chat, amazing game. I do agree with that, and so does Ritzy, even though Ritzy's barely played the game. As Mumu now, I love you, Ritzy. Mumu coming up to the end of his lap here at the moment. P10 right now, 10 seconds off the time of Crispy, but hasn't set a competitive lap right now for Mumu, and that's not where you want to corner cut at the Novell chicane, where you're guaranteed you're going to see many drivers do that here tonight, because boy, it's easy to do at that corner, I guarantee you that. But Supply Raptor continue on here with a second run here on medium tyres with 2:52 left on the clock here in Monaco. And the Alfa Romeo, of course, Alfa Romeo leading the constructors right now. Supply Raptors has shown some good performances, but just things haven't gone his way at the moment. So keep an eye on Supply Raptor in this race, because who knows, he could spring a surprise and move his way up. Of course, don't forget, I've got to put an exclamation mark here, did win Spain until the stewards came in, and Chandler got the win to him after he got these 5 seconds taken off him, and Supply Raptor got moved down to P2. So of course, Supply Raptor, after that great result in Spain, will try to see if he can move his way up a bit further, but he's not had a good second lap here on mediums, but he can go again, because he goes pretty much as long as you want on these medium tyres, but not too long, and he's going to go again on these mediums here at the moment. But 1:52 left on the clock, and Ritzy, I said predictions for Bob, but right, Ferrari Nut coming up to the end of his lap, and he's slightly up.
Yeah, I think Ferrari Nut honestly has a real chance. Let's look out for him. He won an F2, both races actually, the sprint and the feature, and he won in realistic in the Alpine. That's a quite big achievement right there. Yellow flag, I believe that may have actually been, actually that's a pole position lap from Ferrari Nut right there. Look at that.
It's a Red Bull 1-2 right now, and man, oh man, Bailey. Oh my goodness me, that was a big moment coming out of turn 1. And he might have enough time to come around, he might just have a slight enough time to come around and do another lap. But my goodness me, that was a big wiggle moment there for Bailey. As FinFan now is on his second lap here at the moment. Neymar out there on circuit as well, and Supply Raptor. Is this going to be an improvement? Let's see. Supply Raptor coming to the line. It's going to be P7. Not too bad by Supply Raptor with that lap time here at the moment, as Moomoo's happy to start outside the top 10.
Yeah, so one thing to actually point out, everyone in the top 3, Ferrari Nut, Crispy, and Axe, have yet to win, which falls in line with this statistic. So far through 4 races, there has been 4 different winners. Luis in Bahrain, Cookie in China, Bailey in Portimao, and Chandler, like you said, in Spain a week ago. Yellow flags everywhere as cars letting people by. The laps are gone. Ports has retired from the Grand Prix, I'm sorry, the qualifying session, a 10.1. So both AlphaTauris, I think that's the best they could do.
Yes, indeed, and Zach, that's why I hired her. Neymar now coming to the end of this run, and surprisingly not a track limit there, but it's also so very close! Oh! And there we go. Let's now go to Monaco, who's invalidated his lap time. Bailey did get out there for one more run. Axe is out there, but half a second down, so Axe is not going to get this one unless he finds an absolutely incredible time. And, well, there you go. As we see Supply Raptor, he's done. FinFan is on an improvement on this run, but we'll watch Bailey here in the Alfa Romeo Championship leader, and my points proved again. Pain. Bailey invalidation there, as then we see FinFan, the only one that could possibly challenge for pole position. It's the wall slightly. Hold on to it, son, as it's gone. FinFan, not a great finish there to his run. He'll come back into the pit lane, and that is that. Qualifying done here for the Monaco Grand Prix. And, wow, Katrin, interesting one, no doubt about it.
Yeah, it's very interesting indeed, especially what I saw from the Alfa Romeo Supply Raptor. He punched his ticket on the mediums into the top 10. Remember, you have to start, and actually on those tires, you start in the top 10 and qualified through, well, usually it's Q3. Well, it's not this time. Both Edu and FinFan, I'm sorry, Edu and Raptor are both on the mediums.
Well, folks, there is your order here for qualifying. Ferrari Nut on pole position, Crispy second. What is going to go down here in this one? 2 drivers on the medium tyres. So what is going to go down? But folks, stay with us. We're about to get underway to go racing here at Monaco. Stay with us. Did you know Breakout Racing League has brand new merch, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, we got the tees, we got the hoodies, we got the phone cases, we got that sexy mug there. Oh, that mug looks very good. We got the leggings, we got absolutely everything your heart desires for Breakout Racing League's new merch. And don't forget, if you want to purchase Breakout Racing League merch, Fear 10 to get 10% off your purchase as we now head to the track. Yes, Ritzy, we have ads now. Hello, we're back. And here for the Monaco Grand Prix. I should have told Katra that. But
I started blurting out facts.
yes, Katra was blurting out facts. And yes, indeed, Ritzy, that's the first part of what's to come. Improvements on the Tier 1 stream, absolutely. But I wasn't even listening to your facts. But about to get underway here for the race, and always it's a fascinating one here at Monaco, lap 1. And so far, Moo on the medium tyres, Drunken Shamrock only on the softs for now. But lap 1, turn 1, you always want to make sure you don't get damage here in the early stages here in Monaco.
Yeah, that's going to be a huge implication of your race, is how turn 1 and your first stint goes. One thing to remember, though, is like I said, the mediums can go from lap 1, so it doesn't matter where you get damage from. You just need to get that first stint right, and that's going to be the entire, I guess, determinant of how you finish this race.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's about the term of survival, really, and especially when the safety does not exist here. Because, of course it doesn't. But there are the fields. It's only Moo outside the top 10 starting the medium tyres, and then the soft tyres for Drunken Shamrock. So there you go. And 39 laps. Predictions. Yes, predictions for the race winner. I'm going to start off first here. I'm going to say that pole position. The race winner, I feel like Axe is a very good chance of winning here tonight. We'll have to wait and see. Katra, what about you?
Well, that's actually not a bad choice from yourself. You do recall, and realistic, Axe somehow managed to manhandle a Haas up to Q3, and actually in the points paying positions the entire Grand Prix until his retirement late in the Grand Prix. But I think I'm going to point out to one of the White Bulls, a tribute livery for the Japanese fans and Arigato and Japan for Turkey and etc. That's going to be the major implication, is how these two get off the line. Because honestly, you have some pretty big names here. Ferrari, like I said, he's won both races he's been in so far this week at Monaco. And Crispy, he's looking pretty quick. I think I'm going to have to go for pole, though. I think Ferrarinet's going to come home P1.
And the tyre prediction, pit stop prediction was actually correct by the game, surprisingly. Softer mediums, of course, but saying guys on the mediums go mediums to hards, well, you never know. We'll have to wait and see here at Monaco. And before we go racing, there's the reminder of the points. Bailey on top at the moment, and we'll get a good points margin, especially when the man Bailey in second. The championship, Bosscookie, is not here. It's Ferrona, Crispy, Axe, Bailey, and Port. That's your top 5 as we're about to get underway. 39 laps for the Monaco Grand Prix, and Saisu Ryan's not here. As now we're about to get underway. The Monaco Grand Prix for Breakout Racing League. We're racing. The Red Bulls on the front row, and Ferrona gets a pretty decent start actually over Crispy. Crispy tried to see if he can get a move on him, but he's not going to because it's Monaco, and Ferrona leads here at the Monaco Grand Prix. Bailey in position number 3. Not much has really happened behind, but things stay steady for now. Axe sitting there in position number 6, trying to see if he can possibly close up here on Monaco. And Axe now his pedals have messed up. That is not good for him right now. Supply Raptor moves up into position number 6. Don't forget Supply Raptor. Oh, and there's chaos at the hairpin, but everyone stays steady for now as we see Drunken Shamrock down into position number 12. But Ferrari, your race leader here right now, and it's got a good margin over Crispy, his teammate, here in this one.
I know it's an AI because Axe's pedals messed up, which, by the way, is already a pretty big blow for your pick. But Supply Raptor and BRL Neymar made some pretty audacious dives, and it made them work. They were aggressive both in Marabou and through the hairpin. And by the way, I think Neymar just hit the wall. Raptor almost slapped it as well. So that's going to be one thing to mention. For anyone to the pit lane through lap 1, I think not. But Axe may have a little bit of a struggle period trying to reacclimate to those pedals because they may not be calibrated the way he practiced with. And trust me, that is a big determinant of how well he can perform. I had it in Tier 3. It could happen to Axe right now.
Madison looks like he's got damage, but he looks okay for now. as the two Ferraris, the two Red Bulls. I've just got Ferrari nuts name in my head right now. Is out in front here in this one. Bailey's sitting there right behind. Bailey's smart at the moment. We'll just sit behind for now and try to get some gains later in the race. That's what it's all about here at Monaco. And Port in position number 4. Oh my God, Port is still going on lap number 2. I'm surprised. But Monaco, position number 5 in the Haas as well. So Monaco, Bailey are 2 to watch out to see what they try to do later in the race. And Supply Raptor as well on those medium tyres here in this one right now. But Finn stays steady for now, and Axe is out of AI. And now FinFan will try to see if he can get close here right now. And it wasn't shots at Port. Port said in the chat, Ritzy, that he didn't think he was going to make it past the race. As now Axe, oh wait a minute, something's gone on behind. FinFan is, oh my goodness me, what has gone down there?
What has happened there? I think FinFan may have had a little bit of trouble in run-in with the barrier, actually. Kind of like Charles Leclerc did in 2019, had to go into the pit lane. I believe Edu's actually stuck, by the way.
Yeah, he is.
He's now getting back going, so both Williams have had a troubleshoot in the Rascas.
Austin Powers moment. I think there could have been, I don't know if there was contact between, and Edu retires in the pit lane. It makes it 11 drivers left in this race. Axe and FinFan may have come together, I don't know, but FinFan came back out into the pits and collected his teammate. Oh dear. That's what you can say.
Yeah, that's the #1 rule. That's the golden rule, is do not cloud into your teammate. And, well, Williams definitely have a... Thankfully, this is not realistic tier, because Neymar, who ironically is in this race as well, would probably chew them out until Kingdom Come. Well, right now, Edu's out of the Grand Prix, and it's only lap 3. FinFan's going to have a long way to go. After 34 seconds behind Drunken Shamrock, who's actually going to benefit not 1 but 2 positions from that, and now in the points.
And Ritzy, I agree with you. Yep, FinFan can definitely make it to the end. I can tell you that from experience from yesterday when I saw those tyres and seeing halfway and we're like, whoa! If only you could do a 0 stop in Formula 1, but you cannot. But the 2 Red Bulls sitting here, 0.4 the margin. You can basically see it. And excuse me, Ferrari and Crispy, and of course Bailey sitting right there behind Port, about 2.5 seconds behind, so Port a little bit further way back. But I think for now these 3, it's not going to be not chaotic as of right now. I think it's going to be very steady. I think it's just going to be a train. Everyone's going to watch each other, see what each other do for now, and wait for their moments. As Supply Raptor now going for the move here on Monaco in the tunnel, and Supply Raptor now up in position number 5. Supply Raptor looking the goods here so far, and Supply Raptor again, I said it, Supply Raptor is going to be one to look out for towards the end of this race, as long as he doesn't get damage at any point in this first stint.
Well, it's kind of funny, and I'm looking through the grid right now, is you have 3 different pairings of 3. You have Ferrari Knight, Crispy, and Bailey at the 1, 2, 3 position. Port, Raptor, Monaco, 4, 5, 6. Mumu and Neymar with Axe. Neymar actually comes in, you're right. I actually don't see that, that's kind of concerning.
Medium tyres go on, and it is the winter, so he did not have damage. Medium tyres go on for Neymar, so it's going to be a bit of a lonely, long race for him here in Monaco. As we see the top 3 once again, Supply Raptor has absolutely hunted down Port here at the moment, and Supply Raptor, I tell you what, if Supply Raptor can get past Port here and then try to make time up to that top 3, look out for Supply Raptor towards the end of this race, let me tell you what. But of course, passing at Monaco is not easy. As we see Supply Raptor looking for it, Port's just going to let him on by. Great stuff there by Port. And Port doing basically what I did yesterday in Tier 3. Is Axe now with a time penalty. First time penalty here in Monaco.
Well, what I've noticed, though, is although it doesn't look like it, Bailey's out of the DRS now, which actually he's now back in it. Well, there goes my entire point. But regardless, there's a little bit of a gap for me as Port actually just pit. Maybe that's why he let by Raptor going into the Nouveau chicane.
Did he have, let's see, I'm trying to see, I'm blind. No, he doesn't have damage, so he's just decided to come in and put a set of many times on. Because I can tell you this right now, those songs after like 5 or 6 laps, oh boy. But Yeah, it's Bailey's holding on just, at least here at Monaco, if he can just hold on to that DRS, that'll be a very important thing right now. And yes, indeed, Red Bull 1-2 and Alfa Romeo 3-4 here at the Monaco Grand Prix. And yes, hello to Feta Cheese in the chat. But as Alfa is retired in the pit lane, I do believe. And
yep, that was in the pit lane.
Everybody will get points now.
Wait, a comment on Port's pitting. It's actually to cover off Neymar. Look how close Neymar is to Port. That is, remember, Neymar was in the third train with Axe and Mumu. Port was up with Minico and Supply Raptor, which is huge, because look at the gap now between those two drivers. So now, Port's actually spun around at the Nevada chicane.
Loud noises there by the both of us as Port now has spun, and Minico now comes into the pit lane, and so does Axe as well, and it's a wing change for Axe, so who knows what that could have been for Rom, but yeah, there we go. So Minico in, Axe comes back out as well, and Drunken Shamrock into the pit lane as well. He's got damage as well here in this one. And want to point out here that Ferrari Nut has a second margin over Crispy now, and Bailey is just hitting just the skin of his teeth towards Crispy in this race right now. And Supply Raptor, his teammate, is slowly catching up as well. But yeah, Neymar in a very nice position here right now in this race, and they're doing quite well.
Yeah, he actually jumped Minico. He pulled the undercut. He pitted earlier, used those fresh tires and clean air, which is what you can do at Monaco. It's going to benefit you.
Bailey has a big moment there. I'm surprised he held on to it as Crispy now comes into the lane. Oh my goodness me, you just saw it there. And hello to Xavier in the chat, and Crispy has damage.
Oh no, that's going to hurt him significantly. That actually may put him behind Neymar. Look, Neymar's going to the Silverport chicane right now. Into 15, into 16, going through the last cast in a couple seconds. Look at the Red Bull, though. He's now starting to go. Actually, I think he's going to be well safe.
Yeah, he'll be well safe. Just. And,
well, actually, wait a minute.
No, he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Yeah, but that's a lot closer than you would think.
As Port now does the fastest lap of the race, but yeah, keeps it closer here. Neymar's right up into this right now, but don't forget, of course, Crispy had to do that wing change. Who knows where that could have been? It could have been just towards the end of that previous lap, and that is had to bring him into the pit lane, trying to make sure the negatives don't come out. But Bailey, my goodness me, that moment you saw it was an absolute big one. But Ferrari Nut still leads 2 seconds over Bailey here at the moment. What does Ferrari Nut do? He comes into the pit lane. I think Bailey's got to join too. Yeah, Bailey does come in. So changes here on the soft as Neymar gets a time penalty, and Supply Raptor, your race leader, he's going to go very long depending on what strategy he will be going on here at the moment as Milk peak 2 as well as Ferrari Nut Bailey come out of the pit lane.
Yeah, it's going to hurt Crispy to an absolute T. Look how far back he is now, only from his teammate Ferrari Nut, but from Bailey as well. Remember that Crispy was within a second, actually within a couple tenths or so of his teammate and the other white bull, as it were. But now he has Neymar for company, who actually he dropped off a little bit, who has a 3-second time penalty. Axe now grabs the fastest lap, who ironically has the other penalty in the race.
Yep, Axe is the fastest lap of the race, and Minico contacts with Neymar, and he might have only got slight damage from it, or maybe not. We'll have to wait and see, but I think he got away with any sort of damage there. It was only a light tap, but boy, goodness me, it could have been even worse for him here at the moment. And want to point out here at the moment as well, Bailey is now under a second of Ferrari in this race, so Bailey now could maybe move up slightly here in this one, try to challenge Ferrari up for this lead, because it's a long way to go here in Monaco right now, no doubt about it, especially when the safety cars do not exist. But we'll keep an eye on this battle here as well for Minico and Neymar as well. Neymar, of course, with time penalty, and so does Axe as well. So those are the battles at the moment. Crispy now does the fast lap of the race, and he's catching Bailey for what will be P2.
Yeah, just keep an eye on that gap, by the way. The gap to leader, Supply Raptor, ahead of Ferrari Nut, 15.1 seconds. Well, now it's 15.2. It's kind of teetering on that edge, but here's the thing. The gap to be able to pit and come out is around 16 to 17 seconds. So if Supply Raptor can keep his tires to a significant pace and kind of stay consistent for his entire stint, he could come out. As it stands, he would be behind Crispy, but only just on soft compound tires if that's the strategy he's going for.
That's what we'd be looking for, trying to get in between Crispy and Neymar. That will be the goal for him, and that would be a good spot for him to be in this one. As now Crispy is now under a second of Bailey here in this one. So it's ultra close here right now between this top three. It's a fascinating race here right now, especially between the Red Bulls, the Alfa Romeos. It's going to be fascinating to see what it does towards the end of this one, no doubt about it. And look at this, Crispy is all over the back here of Bailey. Bailey's all either way, he's closing in on Ferrari Nut as well. So this is going to be, something's going to brew here possibly in the next few laps. We'll have to wait and see here in this one right now. But Ferrari Nut is only just holding on to what will be the lead, but it's third place on track right now. And Monaco as well, keep an eye on as well. Monaco trying to see if he can close up here on Neymar as well, full position. So a few battles going on here right now, here in Monaco.
It's going to be really the patience game, the waiting game as it may. Who's going to make that move? Who's going to need to make the move in order to make it work? Right now, Bailey may think he's holding me up. Well, Crispy may think they're both holding me up. But right now, who's trying to do the best he can is Ferrari Nut. He's running his race. Well, how much tire has he taken out of it? Because remember, these tires need to make it to the end of the Grand Prix. They can easily do that. But it doesn't mean that they're not going to be slidey or slippery or have a little bit of loss of grip. And that's going to be a big thing, is how much did Crispy take out? Remember, he did fastest lap after fastest lap after fastest lap catching those guys. Well, these guys are running at pace. Portman has a 3-second time penalty, by the way. Well, that's going to be a big indication as later on. Crispy pitted earlier, he pushed longer and was faster. How is his tires holding up?
Tyres will be towards the end of this one. Axe with another fastest lap of the race, showing the pace that he does have and trying to catch Port full position here as well. There's the gap once again between Raptor and the rest of the field. It's about 19 seconds between him and Neymar, so keep an eye on that. That's not going to be, we'll have to look at that towards the end of this race and see what Supply Raptor does when he does his first pit stop. But it's steady as she goes between this top three right now. It might be steady now, especially for Crispy. Crispy might just sit back for now and wait for his moment to possibly pounce on Bailey here for position. So we'll have to wait and see. We see Monaco still not able to get past Neymar here right now for what will be position maybe 5 or 4 on track, and I think Neymar's just hit the wall up ahead. Is that damage for Neymar? It doesn't look like it, but he could have maybe got slight damage. Who knows? And the walls, of course, here at Monaco are very, very brutal. But yeah, Supply Raptor's still leading. He's lost a couple attempts to Moo Milk, actually. Moo Milk is actually closing in on him. And so silently, Port is out.
Yeah, it looks like it through Sandoval. I'm not sure exactly if it was him or help. Axe was near him. Well, normally I would say, is this a possible indication for a safety car? Well, probably not tonight. One thing I did notice, though, is it's probably not going to be a VSC, is keep an eye on that gap. If Neymar did not get damage, that gap between Supply Raptor and Neymar is shrinking. So that, like I said, 16, 17 seconds. Supply Raptor could have gone from possibly winning this race, being the battle with Crispy, Bailey, Ferrari Nut, but having to pass those three to being behind Neymar and Monaco as well. That's going to be huge in his race, because those softs are going to be much quicker. Don't get me wrong. But where are you going to pass at Monaco? Because I swear, I haven't figured it out yet. I haven't really got out a centimeter, or I guess a ruler, if you may, and measured the distance between the walls. But they get smaller every time a lap goes by, don't they?
Well, the thing is about Monaco is you just wait for someone to make a mistake or you push them out of the way, which we don't want to see. But, oh, Ferrari Nut. Slight moment, turn 1, and Bailey can see slight mistakes happening here for the Red Bull driver at the moment. And my goodness me. And what Axe has just said in the chat might just give us a symbol what could have happened. You never know. But I won't repeat that on stream because I'd be fired from this commentary position. As we will watch Bailey here and Crispy. These three still near each other. Monaco trying to still get near to Neymar. And there's the gap once again. It's now 17 seconds between Supply Raptor and Neymar. But Supply Raptor may not mind for now the gap. It could just be minus time. Who knows? And Neymar absolutely struggling for the Narvelle chicane there. And Monaco can just see that Neymar may not be on the pace right now. But again, it's Monaco. You struggle to find your way by. It's a struggle. Mistakes can happen. I saw a little bit of a touch, but not enough. And I can tell you right now, Monaco will be showing some frustration behind Neymar right now. But wow, lap 15 of 39 here at the Monaco Grand Prix. And there is still a long way to go, especially with these guys on these medium tyres. Still a long race to go. Anything to still happen. It's just one of those races where it's in for the long haul, but you never know what can happen in the end.
Well, quick little update, by the way. We talk about how it's difficult to overtake at Monaco. Well, the only thing you necessarily have to your advantage is battery and DRS power. Well, if you go look at the battery game, look at the distance that Bailey has compared to Ferrari Nut and Crispy. 71% compared to 43, and in Ferrari Nut's perspective, 25. Go look up even higher. Supply Raptor, 17%. He's under 20. Ferrari Nut was blinking in the top going into Casino Square with the blinking of the little the light in the back of the gearbox of the cars, if you're not unaware. Well, let's see how that plays out, because Bailey could honestly overtake Ferrari Nut at any given chance. If he sees that blinking for more than one consecutive laps, Bailey could honestly say if he can get the best run out of Anthony knows he can, grab the DRS and use all of that battery power, or even down in the Nouvelle chicane, but it's all about the waiting game.
It's all about the waiting game, that's right. And we just see, yeah, 67% of that power under him right now, and Ferrari has used quite a bit actually under his belt. So it's going to be interesting to see what is going to be going for the mind of Bailey right now. It could just be a wait and see moment because it's only lap 16 of 39. There's still a long way to go as Axe now does the fastest lap on the race on another fresh set of medium tyres and has a bit of a slide. And I actually believe Axe recently pitted, so he might have actually came into contact with Port. So there you go. That's what's happened there. But we'll look at the gap once again between someone's...
Monaco.
Monaco.
I think I know exactly what happened too. Remember, back in qualifying, I said it's the corners that are unspoken that will get you. Like, for example, turn 9 in the tunnel. I think that's exactly what happened. Yellow flag again. That may be another car. Oh, it's Crispy.
Oh, it's Crispy, it is. And that's going to give Neymar... That's going to put Neymar into the podium position. And Crispy's gone around. Monaco goes around again. So, yeah, Crispy around. That's a big moment here at the moment. That's going to help Bailey to not feel the pressure from behind. That's going to help Bailey a lot, actually. And now Crispy has to try to find his way past Neymar here for what will probably be P3. But Neymar has the time penalty. And what is going on?
Bailey hit him. Bailey hit him to the hairpin. Is there damage to the Alfa Romeo? Yellow flag again, and Axe is out of the Grand Prix as well.
Oh dear. Axe retiring in the pit lane, and we are down to 8 drivers here in Monaco. And that will give Drunken Shamrock position number 8 here in this race. But you heard it there from Catcher. Bailey contact with Ferrari up, but it shows that Bailey's wanting to maybe look for the chance here. That's what Bailey's looking for here right now. And we'll have to wait and see.
Uh-oh, Moo-Moo's gone. Looks like he may have just clipped the exit barrier, I guess, of turn 16 into the swimming pool chicane and looped it around. Looks like, as it were, no visual damage in the front wing, but obviously, as you know, F1 2020, even though you don't have it, I guess, visual, it can still be a huge benefactor of how your race is going to play out, especially how they're handling the car, especially at a track like Monaco. Normal tracks like, for example, China. we lost from, like, maybe lime green will cost maybe a second a lap. At Monaco, that's probably 2 to 3.
That's very true. It can be a very big damage worth for you, and that's probably what Monaco's got at the moment. Crispy only with the spin, but things they said for now, there's Supply Raptor still in the lead. The margin now 14 seconds, so Supply Raptor's going to be behind a few cars here right now, but will be on fresh tyres, most likely being soft tyres, because I don't know why you put on the hard tyres around here. But we're watching this battle here, what will be for the lead once Supply Raptor comes into the lane between Bailey and Ferrari Nut here for what will be position number 1, as I said. And it's ultra so close. Ferrari Nut, the one, will be under pressure because he doesn't want to make mistakes and give Bailey the chance to go for the move here in this one right now. And Crispy as well, trying to get close to Neymar as well. Crispy wanting to, after that mistake, as Monaco now comes into the pit lane.
Yeah, well, like we said earlier, the stints are going to be crucial, and especially limiting the amount of wing changes you have. I believe this is now the second one for Monaco and the Haas team, which is not going to be, I guess, beneficial at all. Right now, he's looking pretty, I guess, pretty lowly down in P7, but Breakout Shamrock is a little bit far off of him. 57 gap off the leader is from Shamrock to Supply Raptor. 35 off of Monaco before he came to stop. He's out into the Sandavot, and Breakout Shamrock's now going in Anthony Notes.
Shamrock in position number 8, and a bit down on Monaco right now, and that is Mumu. Mumu has a moment there.
I'm guessing so. I'm guessing he may have clipped, I mean, he actually may have done what Port did, the other Alpha Tower, going into turn 10 and clipped that inside apex curve, or actually a barrier, should I rather, of turn 10. So that may have happened. It looks like he doesn't have damage, so I'm guessing that's what it was.
Crispy's all over the back of Neymar here. Crispy's waiting for the moment to go for this move. And a little bit of a touch to the back of Neymar. But he's just going to have to find his way by any means possible. That's what he's going to have to try and do. And it's not going to be easy to get past Neymar, as we've seen this season. Not easy to do, especially here at Monaco. And he will be wanting to try to get past as best as he can, so we can try to get back up to the top 2, even though that margin now is out to almost 9 seconds between Bailey and Neymar in this race. And, wow, what else can you say? Bailey, again, still close to Ferrari Nut. But again, I think it's going to be like last time, like we saw just earlier, Neymar gets another time penalty. It's going to be the right moment for Bailey, he'll go for it, and that's what he'll try to do. And I think that's what Crispy has to do here with Neymar right now. As I said before, not going to be easy to get it done.
Well, it's funny because isn't this the same guy who held off the entire continent of Africa, basically, in China, at one of the widest tracks? How are you supposed to pass him at one of the narrowest tracks? So Crispy's going to have the most difficult job on planet Earth unless he gets a really good run at the exit of Sandavot. Neymar did not. Neymar's blinking. He's on the button. The Red Bull he's going to look towards. Was squeezing him into Casino Square. Wow. Neymar's going to go wide, and he's going to go around. And now, look at that. I guess it wasn't that difficult after all.
Gets it done, and the perfect run, as I was saying before, you get that perfect run, you'll get through, and that's what Crispy has done here at the moment. So Crispy now moves his way up to position back into that podium place, but is quite a few way back from Bailey and Ferrari Nut. Here these two are once again. It's still ultra so close between these two in this race, and Bailey trying so hard to get by Ferrari Nut, waiting for that right moment here right now. And Raf saying the track, yes, Red Bull double podium, definitely a big opportunity here in this race, especially looking at the gap between Supply Raptor and Crispy right now. 12.5 seconds to gap, and Crispy's already bring that margin down between him and Bailey.
Well, here's the issue right now, though, is Crispy is actually going to come out, I believe, in P5. He's going to get ahead of Mumu. So all this time, leading these laps and getting caught by the guys who have yet to stop. And actually, sorry, have stopped, as he has yet to stop. He's going to put behind not only Neymar, but Crispy Bailey, Ferrari Nut. So he's going to come out in P5, but here we go. Once again, Neymar has penalties. That could be possible to get past him. As you saw, Crispy, he made it work going up into Casino Square. Mumu's got a 3-second time penalty as well. By the way, Minico also got one. But what I also noticed from the Alfa Romeo is Bailey, he wants to go. I mean, I think he's about done now, because, I mean, I've seen him multiple times lock up both front tires. He knows he is faster than Ferrari right now at the stage of the race. He could brake later, get on the throttle earlier, but he just can't find a way past. So keep an eye on the Alfa Romeo. He's getting racy.
And, yeah, apologies for that, Ali. I will fix it up. I'll fix it up come next round. This is my first time with Catra in the party, so there you go. But I'll fix that up. I've got to fix some audio stuff, so don't you worry, it'll be fixed up come next week. So I'm going to be doing some few things next round as Neymar is into the pit lane. Neymar comes
Lane change.
And
well, you know.
Well, that could have been earlier on anyway when Neymar's done that. So
could have been.
Yeah. But the margin's now gone out to a second now between Bailey and Ferrari Nut. So Bailey must have had a moment somewhere, and it's now out to a second. So, and I think Supply Raptors had a moment as well, because they're right on Supply Raptor now in this race. It's down to 1.7 seconds. So Ferrari Nut closing in on the race leader, who's yet to pit in this one right now. So it's
Bailey hit the wall through Tabak. He has damage.
Oh dear. Bailey has damage. And that is not good for the championship leader. Is he going to come in? Yeah, he's going to have to. And that will give it a Red Bull 1-2 in this race. So it's a Red Bull 1-2 now. Crispy will come out. And Bailey now should be still in a good position for for the podium, and actually that might allow Supply Raptor to have a sneaky shot at a podium.
I think you're right with that. Right now the gap is what, 18.4 to Mumu, but Mumu hasn't stopped either.
Wow. So yeah, that's
yellow flag.
That's
Neymar's around.
And he's in the pits again. Wow.
Quick comment on the mic thing, by the way. You know, it also helps that I'm just a tad bit louder than Redeemer. Just a tiny bit.
And you got to remember too, I'm still trying to get all my audio settings right on PC as well. Do remember that. Because I am a little bit lower than you, and you're a bit higher, but that's not your problem. That's mine. That's mine. So do remember that. Since I'm off a few days this week, I'm going to be doing some tests throughout the week, so of audio levels and such, and maybe add some new things to the stream come next week in Baku. Don't forget Azerbaijan next week for tier number 1, and man oh man, it's going to be absolutely amazing. And she just finished off with the ball. I wonder who's on that account saying that. I wonder who. As Ferrari now is closing up here on Supply Raptor here in this one right now. And 0.4 the margin, and Ferrari right now is pretty much just in a, unless he hits the wall like Bailey did, Ferrari Nut is a very good position to win this race right now, unless Crispy wants to possibly challenge his teammate. You never know, as Ferrari Nut looks for the midfield on Supply Raptor, gets it done. Not so easily. There was a bit of contact there. Drunken Shamrock gets a time penalty, and Ferrari Nut now is going to lose some time here to his teammate. Very close there between those two. Well, it was very close. It was a bit of contact there between Ferrari Nut and Supply Raptor into the Novell chicane, and my goodness me, Supply Raptors now win.
Yeah, one thing I was about to say before, well, that all kicked off is Ferrari Nut really doesn't have to be aggressive here. How much is he willing to stay behind Raptor until he pits? Well, apparently not much at all, as he going down the inside of the chicane. Now, Raptor has replaced his front wing, which is going to put him not only behind Bailey, but Mumu as well.
As Bailey looks for around the outside of turn 1. Oh, there's a bit of contact! Oh, dearie me. There's a close moment there. And Bailey now comes through into position number 3. And oh my goodness me, that could have been a catastrophe accident there. But everybody stays steady for now. And wow, as now Neymar does a 5-second penalty. I think Neymar's pretty much done with this race here in this one. A minute between him and Supply Raptor as oh my god, more penalties coming in at the moment. Moo Moo Milk as well. And Supply Raptor now is going to try to see if he can claw his margin down here to Moo Moo. But of course, Moo Moo yet to pit in this race. And then Supply Raptor will have free air to try to catch up to his teammates in position number 3.
Well, Neymar, I believe, cut the new chicane and sped in the pit lane. I was kind of actually anticipating him retiring from the Grand Prix. Apparently he does not. But doing that, though, Monaco actually gets ahead of Neymar in the Alpine up to P6. But Raptor's right on the back of Moo Moo, and Moo Moo comes in. So Raptor's now been released.
Yep, Raptor's now been released. And we'll try to see if he can close up here on Bailey for position number 3 as we get another time penalty. Crispy is all over the back of Ferrari Nut here for position. Will Crispy try to go for a move here on Ferrari Nut? We'll have to wait and possibly see here in this one. It's very close between these two. We know that Crispy has got some good pace under him here in this one so far. He's shown it, especially after those mistakes he has made and then has come back through the field. So it's going to be interesting to see how this will all play out towards the end of this one. And don't forget as well, of course, Crispy is a reserve. So Crispy's going to be no holds barred here because really it's just go for the move as possibly you can.
Yeah, well, that move, though, ironically, is his teammate, though. So right now it's the battle of the White Bulls. Once again, a special tribute livery. Well, could we see more of this? That's possibly one thing that is, I mean, it's kind of repeated over the past. Red Bull is almost notorious for a victory at Monaco. Neymar, by the way, pits and Supply Raptor grabs the fastest lap. He's pushing. Neymar is well, having a little bit of issues so far. But like I said, Monaco has been almost notorious for Red Bull victories. Could we see a Red Bull driver into the swimming pool chicane? You know, the actual swimming pool this time? I always hint that, but I think we could. I think we could.
Possibly, as Neymar now has gone onto the hard tyres in this race. And Ichigo say in the chat, Baku 2018 vibes. Oh boy. I mean, it could be. You never know. I mean, these two, again, Crispy is not a full-time Red Bull driver. That is, of course, goes to Hoopalicious. And Crispy, if he sees the opportunity, he will definitely go for it and try to get points. Here at the moment, Ferrari Nut, a little bit of slide in the rear, trying to hold on to it. And Crispy is absolutely holding him down here in this one right now. 12.9 seconds between Bailey and Crispy, and Ritzy, you did not. As Supply Raptor now may try to see if he can get another fast lap in this race, of course, on those soft tyres.
Well, I think Neymar is just trying to complete the trifecta. At this point, he's just running for every single tire compound. Just a little bit of a test session, if you will. But right now, like you said, for the Red Bulls closing in, and Raptors closing in on his teammate Bailey. Are we going to see, a form of team orders here? Well, we have Wall Race Engineering Bailey, like he does normally every race, but he also is in the party with Supply Raptor for the Alfa Romeo team. Could we see a little bit of, hey, just let him buy, he's on a little bit fresher tires, it may repair you in the end, or are we just going to see a fight, an all-out brawl from the championship leader and his teammate?
It's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. We're closing up here on 10 laps to go here in this race, and still a long way to go in this one. 3.6 seconds between Bailey and Supply Raptor. Alfa Romeo looking the goods so far here in this one right now, and of course them being just in the championship lead right now. Red Bull's going to get a few points in the championship as well, because Red Bull being down in P9 in the constructor standings at the moment. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what will happen in the last stages in this race. But yes, only 8 cars left in this one right now. There's the penalties, even though they don't matter because it's huge gaps between those drivers. Um, but top four, though, doing very nicely. No penalties as well, so hats off to them. No doubt about it, as we've got 10 to go here in Monaco.
Remember maybe 4, 5, 6 laps ago, whenever Bailey was behind Ferrari Nut, and I said, maybe Bailey thinks Ferrari Nut's holding him up. Well, go look at that gap between Bailey and Ferrari Nut now. It has gone down significantly, and actually, he's kind of keeping on par with the pace of Supply Raptor, his teammate. So, could we see Bailey in the mix here if Crispy or Ferrari Nut has a moment and they collide into each other? Bailey's in the catbird seat here, but he also has a decent amount of time. He has 10 laps, now coming into 9, to go gain about 8.5 seconds. It's possible to catch him. He probably can't pass him because of Monaco, but it's definitely doable.
It's definitely doable. 8.3 seconds the margin. Bailey to Crispy. And Bailey could catch back up into this fight. Don't forget, Bailey is on fresher mediums here than those two up ahead. And Supply Raptor, yeah, same tyre as expected, because the soft tyres, as I've said from experience, they do go off a cliff towards the end. As Moo Milk, 5-second penalty. The drivers outside the top 4 are not having a great day. No doubt about it. But I think they must got moving damage again. Yes, he does. Anyway. Back with the Red Bulls. Closest you want to get. Bailey's got another second. Bailey's going to be on them in about 3 laps time probably. That's how good Bailey's going right now. Bailey has clean air under him. And Neymar gets another penalty. Bailey, oh wait a minute, Crispy's gone for the lead. I've just missed that absolutely completely. I apologise. Crispy now takes the lead. He's done it at Razam. Oh, Ferrari, no, I thought Ferrari was trying to get it back on him here at the moment. Crispy leads here in Monaco for Red Bull, and I think he may just fly away at the front. But Bailey could still try to close down on Ferrari for P2.
Well, I kind of chuckled there because Crispy had a moment in the middle of the front straightaway and tapped the wall. And then Ferrari Nut did the same thing. But now, Bailey is 5 seconds adrift. Ferrari Nut may have damage. Look at the gap, 1.3 seconds, 1.2. Does Crispy have damage? He was ghosted the exit of the hairpin. That usually indicates either a driver's of slow moving speed, or they made contact with the barrier. So how much damage do these two have? Bailey's now within 4 seconds. And that was a twisty, tangly section. Maybe downforce is not what Red Bull is suiting with right now. We have to find out. There's plenty of time. Bailey actually may be on the right path, like you said. Could be catching him with the next couple of laps.
Trying to get a bit of a closer look. Yeah, so they could. But these two may only have a bit slight damage here at the moment. But, man, oh man, it's going to be interesting to see what these last few laps will do. It's out to 2 seconds out between Crispy and Ferrari Nut, but Bailey is absolutely hunting down these drivers here right now. It is ultra close here in this one because Bailey's just closing that margin down every lap, and Bailey, in a matter of moments, will be on the back of Ferrari Nut here in this race. It's only 2 seconds between the two Red Bull teammates here right now. And my goodness me, stay with us because this is going to be absolutely fascinating to see what goes on towards the end of this race between this top 3 right now. But my goodness me, we'll go through the field here real quickly. So Crispy still your leader, Ferrari Nut, Bailey, Supply Raptor, and then we've got Moo Milk in position number 5, Monaco P6, Trucker Shamrock P8, and Neymar is here. But
that's the best segue to a drive I've ever heard in my life.
I don't know what he's doing there. But here's Bailey now. He's all over the back of Ferrari Nut now. He's going to look for it. No, that's so close. Oh, my goodness me. Trying around the outside. That could have been disastrous. But he gets very well held back on that one. And now he's going to, don't spin it, Bailey. Oh, my goodness me. Hold your breath stuff here at the moment. And that's just going to allow Crispy to get away here in this one right now. 5 seconds between Crispy and Ferrari Nut. Yellow flag, that's Neymar. But we're watching this battle here for P2 in this race. It's ultra close between these two right now. Ferrari Nut, possibly damage for him right now. And Bailey with just a quicker pace here in this race, trying to see if he can get his way past the Red Bull.
Right now, I think is either a mix of Ferrari Nut trying to make sure he secures this P2 or trying to make sure that Red Bull secures a win. Look at his teammate right now. You said that they're 9th in the Constructors' Championship. They're 1-2 right now. If Bailey can't get past Ferrari Nut, take a look back at Realistic. It took a lot for Jared and Ferrari Nut both to get past the two McLarens who are on altering strategies. That's basically kind of what's happening here tonight with Bailey. He needs to get fast any possible way he can, even if it takes having a parking lot like it was a lap ago through Anthony Nodes. That's something that has to watch out for, but how much aggression are they willing to show? 6.4 seconds up the road is the race leader.
So Marcel, this car is really on ice. Well, there you go. But we'll watch this. Stay on board here with Bailey. Looking for around the outside. Oh, he's got it done. He's got it done. P2. No,
wow.
Oh, that's contact free. That's out. Oh, my goodness.
Huge crash.
Me. We saw it on board. We were on board with Ferrari Nut. He's out of the Grand Prix. Supply Raptor now goes to second. And Bailey's got damage. That was a big incident here at Monaco. And Ferrari Nut out of the race. And boy, oh boy, that was a big one. Bailey has no wing. And that is a huge, huge incident here at the Monaco Grand Prix. Bailey will have to come back into the lane. And wow.
Yeah, wow indeed. That's pretty much all the comments I've seen is just wow. And that's something I have to look back on. Was it Bailey? What did Ferrari Nut lose a little bit of traction going over that bump? Remember, drivers avoid that bump to prevent that same thing from happening. Was it a race? We had to figure out, because I don't even know what happened. All of a sudden, Bailey's on the outside, and was an amazing move, by the way. And the next second, everyone's in the barrier.
Yeah, that'll be definitely one to watch out for. But, wow. Wing change now on for Bailey. Will go on the soft tyres and go for a fastest lap in this race. And pretty much, looking at the margins here between Bailey and Mumu, Bailey's, even if there is a penalty at the end, he will still pretty much keep P3 anyway in this race. So, yeah, Bailey comes out in position number 3 and Supply Raptor now P2 in this race. And Crispy, your race leader with 4 laps to go in an unbelievable race here in this one, as Moo Milk gets another time penalty in this race. But 8.3 seconds, Bailey P3, Moo Milk P4, and Monaco. Oh, what?
Oh!
What?
What has happened there? Huge crash. I
apologize if we just killed your ears, everybody. I massively apologize. But what just happened?
Red Bull went from 1-2 in a matter of moments, being both out of the Grand Prix and none of them scoring points.
Supply Raptor might just get that win officially that he lost in Spain due to stewards' inquiries at the end, and he might actually officially get the race win. And Mumu's going to get on the podium out of nowhere. What an absolutely crazy race this has turned to be. And, I have to watch us screaming on that one. But Supply Raptor with 3 laps to go, as long as he does not have a moment, is going to win this race. Wow.
I'm at a loss for words. I mean, I actually cannot believe it. By the way, I was going to point this out, and, well, it was before that happened. Monaco, with the retirement of Ferrari Nut, is going to continue his top 5 streak. But now with the retirement of Crispy, Mumu's on the podium, and Shamrock's going to grab a top 5. Shamrock has not had the day he really wanted, and he's going to grab some great points from that. But wow. It went from a Red Bull 1-2 in a matter of moments to an Alfa Romeo 1-2 with both Red Bulls out of the race.
Well, I'll skip the chat. Well, Raptor's tires, it doesn't matter if Raptor's tires corked. All he's got to do is just drive. He could drive around snail's pace because of the margin he's got on his teammate as Bailey gets a fastest lap of the race. Test the seats at the moment. It's 25 seconds between Supply Raptor and Bailey, 45 seconds between Supply Raptor and Moo Moo Milk, and Monaco 1 lap down. Drunken Shamrock 2 laps out, and Neymar could still get some good points no matter what. My goodness me, and Rick James in the chat. Hello to Rick James in the chat, the legend himself, of course. Check out Rick James TV1 in the chat as well. Check out the legend himself. And wow, what else can you say in this one right now? And all I can say is Rick in the chat. I can tell you right now, Rick, this has been a bit more crazier than that 100% race we did a couple of months ago. And folks, I can tell you right now, commentating on a 100% race at Monaco. But it's quite a lot of fun either way. We're on the final lap out of nowhere after what has been an unbelievable race so far. And Supply Raptor right now is about to get the win that he could have gotten in Spain after Stewart's inquiries.
Yeah, he did it a week ago, and, well, I can definitely speak for myself in saying this, and I can definitely probably speak for a lot of drivers. If you win, you want to do it on track, because you feel like you deserve it if you do it, no matter what happened. By the way, yellow flag, that may be Neymar out of the... Yeah, he's completely... I think he actually just reset the track as well. That's not too great as well. But he wants to have a win on track. Well, tonight, he earned it.
And for those setups about catchers, I just realised that I know how to turn catcher down. I'll remember to do that for Baku. But we're about to come to the end of this one. It is Supply Raptor around the last corner and will win the Monaco Grand Prix. I said look out for Supply Raptor, and he wins it. We'll now wait for a long, long way for Bailey to cross the line. It is going to be Bailey with the victory here in Monaco. Second place for Bailey. I'm out of breath. And, man, yeah. Bailey with second place. And now Moo Moo, third place out of nowhere here in this one. And a 1-2 for Alpha, and extends their constructors' lead in the championship. And Bailey also extends his lead in the championship. And boy, you thought Monaco was crazy. Wait for Baku, which will possibly be a full-on grid. And wow, what else can you say?
I don't think you can say anything. There's nothing else really to say. It speaks for itself. Moo Moo, well, like you said, a podium out of nowhere. I guess that Guernsey driver of the day. That's an incredible accomplishment for him. By the way, quick little fun factoid. It's an all-Alpha podium. Alfa Romeo 1-2, Alpha Tauri P3.
Yes. 1-2 for Alfa Romeo. And we'll get our top three drivers in just a second for the podium interviews. And I'm going to make sure to turn that down a little bit as well. But, yeah, there we go. We'll get the results up here at the moment when it loads us in. Thank you to we almost had about 41 people in 1 point, so thank you very much. Especially only a 12-car race, thank you very much. But I guarantee you back here we're going to see a big old Grig. A big old Grig for Baku. As there's the results, and oh my goodness me, I've not included my audio for the stream. And there we go. There's the results here at Monaco in this one. And don't forget also Bailey, fastest lap of the race in this one as well. But my goodness me, what a race we have seen.
Yeah.
I mean, what a race for racing terms. And what country is this league? Well, America, but we're all over the world. Like, of course, as you can hear with my voice, we're all over the world, but it is also American as well. But we'll just wait on our wait on Raptor if he wants to join this week. And yes, I
don't
am
think he
Australian.
can.
But
He does not have a mic.
Raptor doesn't have a mic.
he joined
I was
last
gonna
week.
say that.
He joined last
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he was here last
Did
week.
he
Never mind.
Okay, well,
I swear,
you know what?
dude, he doesn't have a mic,
But
but
he might not want to this week, who knows. But yeah, he joined last week
I'll send him an invite.
for his first podium.
By the way,
But-
speaking on the race, I guess if you wait 378 days, I guess you're due for a pretty good of a race, a good stonker of a race. Well, we get one.
A stonker, eh?
A stonker indeed. But I think I'll just get things underway here, Katra, for the third and second here in this one. And I'm trying to find the...
Yep. So, let's go to Moo
I am.
P3, and, well, I can definitely tell. From my point of view, we did not expect it, so I can guarantee you, you didn't expect it. P3, dude, incredible. You survived. A lot of guys did not, and that's a podium at Monaco, at a track that you really didn't look forward to. Tell me about it.
I hate Monaco. I would have probably been closer to like Bailey and stuff if I didn't do like 3 spins but not get damaged somehow. But I don't know. I'll take a podium. It was probably the most undeserved, but it kind of was at the same time because I finished the race, which is kind of the hardest part. But I don't know. It was an okay race. I kind of just stopped caring about track limits because I knew I wasn't gonna drop back. So I just drove.
Well, doesn't matter how far you dropped back, because regardless, it's a podium, mate. And that's something no one can take away from you. You finished when others did not, and, well, now you have a little bit of momentum going into Baku. What do you think your chances are going into Azerbaijan a week from now?
Baku's a track that I'm, like, not too bad at. Usually it's basically Monaco, but a little bit better. Because there's lots of more walls and stuff, but you're able to actually overtake, and it's a lot less sketchy, but I don't know, it's a pretty cool track, I guess. And I know Zeno's gonna be looking forward to that.
Yeah, that is one person to look out for. If you don't know, Miniko is Zeno, so just for future reference. So keep an eye on that Haas. But regardless, the focus is not on the Haas, it's on the Alpha Tower. Congrats on the P3, mate, because you definitely deserved it. Let's go to P2 before I head it off to Michi, I guess, with Raptor. I don't know how that's going to work out, so Michi, you decide. But, Bailey, I sent you a message beforehand and talked to you before the week. You have never raced in BRL at Monaco. Your strategy was 2 words and an emoji. Not crash. Thumbs up. Well, you kind of didn't follow that strategy, but you still got second. So I guess the strategy's
Still second.
You finished, and that's what matters.
That is what matters. But yeah, that race was kind of a handful. The curbs, they were killing me. But yeah, good race, good end actually. That's really it. Shout out to Ritzy, I fucking love you. That Alpha is built different.
Okay, well, that's all right. Let's move on from that. Apologies for the words, but once again, excitement does bring that out. So, and then I guess we'll kind of finish it off with that last question, the lingering question. Baku.
Oh.
Wait a minute. You speak?
Baku. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that. Because earlier today, I had a good race at Baku, but I don't know how it will turn out in BRL. But we'll just have to see.
All right. Well, once again, congrats on your podium, P2, and an Alfa Romeo 1-2. Speaking of the Alfa Romeo 1-2, Michi, take it away.
Well, Raptor P1 after having P1 in Spain and got that taken away, and now P1 here at Monaco. Talk us through that. Pretty much a quiet race on your end either way, and managed to get the result in the end and the victory. Talk us through it. If your mic wants to work.
I think he's gonna type it up, maybe.
Or are you going to type it up?
Type it up an essay, real quick.
Type up
A little essay.
But
Yeah.
either way, good result on your end. And yeah, I'm just trying to speak out words here before we finish up here. But wow, what else can you say really about this race? It was absolutely superb, and I'm just waiting on something.
Sorry,
Wrap here.
sorry, I have to speak to someone, but yeah, qualified P10, I believe. No, P7.
7.
And good, quick start. It's with an AI mode, so good position for me. And people spinning, and that's taking me to advantage. And then Crispy with the clash, so yeah, that's how I got the win.
Yeah, well, it's a very good result by you, and congratulations on the win and extending Alfa Romeo's constructors' lead in the championship, which will be absolutely very good. So, well done. But that about does it here for tier number 1. Katra, thank you very much for the joining me here, and folks, we will be back Baku next week, and ACC tomorrow as well with the Axeman. Goodbye for now, and join us in a couple of days' time for Formula 2. Goodbye.